There we go. All right. So welcome to our P3 Maths class on Saturday. So today we'll be continuing on time number 2. But before we start, this week, okay, the past Tuesday over here was Indonesia's Independence Day. So we have our National Day in Singapore. Indonesia also just had their Independence Day. Okay. All right. So wishing all Indonesian students over here, happy National Day or happy Independence Day. Okay, so now before we start, we're going to go through some class rules. Number 1, please be patient and understanding. Number 2, please observe gracious and respectful behavior. And number 3, please ask good and relevant questions. So if you do not understand any part of today's lesson, you can always type in the chat. Okay. Now, before we start as well, we're going to do a quick recap. How to use the word past and how to use the word to tell time. So when the minute hand is pointing between the numbers 12 and 6, we read the time as how many minutes past how many o'clock, the hour itself. When the minute hand is pointing between the numbers 6 and 12, we read the time as how many minutes to the next hour. So let's take a look at the clock quickly. So over here, we have 5 minutes past 11. Next, we have 10 minutes past 11. 15 minutes past 11 over here. Let me rewind a little bit, okay? This one over here, we can say that it's 15 minutes past 11, or we can say it's a quarter past 11, right? A quarter past 11. So we're going to go on to the next one. If the minute hand is pointing at the number 4, 20 minutes past 11. 25 minutes past 11. And can anybody tell me how do I read the time over here? Instead of 11:30, can you use the word past or to describe the time? Can you tell me what time is it now? 11:30. Excellent job. It is 11:30 because the minute hand has already traveled half the phase of the clock itself, right? 11:30. Now, after the minute hand passes the number 6 over here, we are going to use the word to the next o'clock. Okay, to the next o'clock over here. So next one over here, we will have 25 minutes to 12 o'clock, 20 minutes to 12 o'clock. We will have 15 minutes to 12 o'clock, 10 minutes to 12 o'clock, 5 minutes to 12 o'clock, and the last one we have 12 o'clock over here. Right, so everybody can follow. Hi, Ichan. Yes, I can see your message. Everybody can follow. Charlotte, go ahead. Yes, okay, so you need to be able to tell the time using the word past and to. Some of you, last week, one of you actually asked me, how do I know? Is there an easier way to remember? Okay, so what I need you to do is to pretend that there's a mirror reflection, okay? If the minute hand is pointing to the number 1, it is 5 minutes past 11 o'clock, okay? If the minute hand is pointing to the number 11, it is 5 minutes to 11 o'clock, okay? So it's actually mirror image of each other. 5 minutes past, 5 minutes to, 10 minutes past, 10 minutes to, 15 minutes past, 15 minutes to, or a quarter past, a quarter to the next o'clock. 20 minutes past 11 o'clock, 20 minutes to 12 o'clock, 25 minutes past 11 o'clock, 25 minutes to 11 o'clock. So it is a mirror image, okay? So hopefully that will help you to remember it a little bit easier, okay? All right, so that is for past and to. Last week, we also did the conversion of time. 1 hour is equals to 16 minutes. Can you quickly give me the answer? 2 hours is equals to how many minutes? 2 hours is equals to how many minutes? 120. Excellent job. 120 minutes over here. So it's 2 times 60 minutes. Okay. How about 1 hour and 30 minutes? 1 hour 30 minutes. 90 minutes. Excellent job. 90 minutes. How do you get 90 minutes? 1 hour is equals to 60 minutes. And then we have 30 minutes over here. We just need to add them together. Now we're going to do the other way. Okay, we're going to convert minutes to hours and minutes. So in 100 minutes, how many hours and how many minutes do I have? 1 hour, 40 minutes. Excellent job. 1 hour and 40 minutes. Over here, we're going to take out 60 minutes, which is the same as 60 plus 40. 60 plus 40 is equals to 100. We know 60 minutes is equals to 1 hour. So it's 1 hour and 40 minutes. How about 120 minutes then? It's just 2 hours and 0 minutes. Excellent job, guys. Everybody got the correct answer. Well done. Okay, for those of you who are giving me the answer, you can write 1 hour, 1H and 40 MIM. Please do not write 40M. Okay. You write 1 hour and 40 minutes. If you write 40M, you'll be marked wrong. Anybody know why? Why is 40M wrong? Meters. Excellent job. Okay, so you need to write the units correctly. Okay, this one represents meters. It does not represent minutes. So you need to spell M-I-N. Excellent job. Okay, so are you ready for today's lesson? Are you ready for today's lesson? Okay, so this is just a recap. So today we will be talking about duration. Okay, and then we will be solving word problems involving time itself. Okay. Now, let's take a look over here. Duration of time. Duration refers to a period of time or the total time taken. To determine the duration of time, we are usually given the start time and the end time, and we are asked to find out the time period between the two timings, okay? So, for example, simple one, okay? From 1 p.m. to 3 p.m., what is the duration or how many hours would that take you from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m.? 2 hours. Excellent job. 2 hours. Okay. For those of you who are not very sure, what we can do is we can always draw a timeline. Okay. We can always draw a timeline over here. Okay. Let's do a simple one. We have 1 p.m. over here all the way to 3 p.m. You can take a look at the clock very quickly. From 1 o'clock to 3 o'clock, the time taken would be 2 hours. Okay. So let's try the one at the bottom over here. Ilya, I can see your messages. Please stop spamming. Okay, if you do spam again, you'll be sent to the waiting room. All right, if not, I can't see your friends' answers. Okay, all right, the next one from 1 p.m. to 3:45 p.m. How many hours and how many minutes would that be? I see a lot of you give me the correct answer. Excellent job. I got a question. Do you guys need to draw a timeline for this one? You guys need to draw a timeline for this one? Again, if you're experiencing any technical difficulties, please kindly rejoin the lesson. No, none of you need to draw the timeline. Excellent. Okay, so for those of you who are not very sure, okay, this is how we are going to draw a timeline. We know from 1 to 3 is 2 hours, right? So from 3 to 3:45, how many minutes would that be? Okay, so let's do a quick one. Okay, so over here I have 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. Okay, so when we draw a timeline, we would usually put the hours first and then slowly split out the minutes. Okay, so from 3 p.m., then we will split it into 3:45 p.m. over here. Okay, then we realize that, oh, 1 to 3 p.m., we have already found out earlier that it takes 2 hours. Okay, so from 3 p.m. to 3:45 p.m., it's actually 45 minutes. Therefore, from 1 o'clock to 3:45, it's actually taking 2 hours and 45 minutes. Okay? All right, so we are going to split the hours and then the minutes. And then after that, we are going to combine them together. Okay, we are going to combine them together. So let's take a look at the first question over here. 4 a.m. to 11 a.m. Ask me, go ahead. You don't have to ask me, okay? Just go ahead. What is the duration? Are you guys ready? All right. I'm going to launch the options ready. Okay, you have 1 minute more than enough time to do so. Options launching in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. From 4 a.m. to 11 a.m., what is the duration or how many hours would that be? Imagine if you start your Geniebook lesson at 4 a.m. and it only ends at 11 a.m. How long would it be? Dun -dun. How long would it be? Do you want a 4 a.m. to 11 a.m. lesson? It will be very long. You have about 20 more seconds. 20 more seconds. If you cannot hear, Experiencing technical difficulties, please rejoin again, okay? 10 more seconds. Choose wrongly, please be careful. Don't worry, okay? This is just the first bubble question, okay? Most importantly, as usual, always know where you went wrong. And time's up. So let's take a look over here. Let's take a look over here. Majority of you got the correct answer. Excellent job. Okay, so for this one over here, we are going to start at 4 a.m. and we are going to end at 11 a.m. So all you need to do is to count from 4 o'clock to 11 o'clock, or rather from 4 to 11. How many hours would that be? You can take 11 minus 4. Okay, I can count 4, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, right? So from 4 to 11 a.m. is actually just 7 hours. So your answer would be option number 3. Okay, option number 3. Any questions so far? This one's quite easy. Okay, all right. So let's move on to the next one over here. I'll give it a try. Find the duration given the following start and end time. 9:10 a.m. to 9:50 a.m. How many minutes would that be? Options launching in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Please click on the option so that you can get your bubbles king. How many minutes would that be? What is the duration? Is it 30 minutes, 40 minutes, 50 minutes, or 60 minutes? You have about 30 more seconds. Irene, I will need you to log in using the Geniebook app. If you're using your iPad, please log in using the Geniebook app. Irene, can you hear me? If you're using your iPad, please download. Oh, left already. Ryan, do you manage to get your bubbles? Ryan Wong? Jessica, yes, there will be coming up. Okay. We're gonna start with the easy ones first. Time's up already, so let's take a look over here. Ooh, a lot more of you got the correct answer, so excellent job. So let's take a look over here, okay? From 9:10 to 9:50, you notice that it remains the same hour, correct? So it's from 9:10 a.m. to 9:50 a.m. The hour remains the same, only the minute changes. So from 10 to 50 over here, how many minutes would that be? You just need to take 50 minus 10. That will give you 40 minutes. Okay, so I believe all of you should get this one correct over here. Answer would be option number 2. Option number 2. Okay, any questions so far? Everybody okay? Now we're going to move on now. We're going to move on to the next one. The next one is worth 10 bubbles already, okay? All right, so let's take a look over here. Find the duration given the following start and end time, 7 a.m. to 10:50 a.m. How many hours and how many minutes would that be? You have 1 minute and 30 seconds to find the answer, okay? Options launching in 3, 2, 1. Da-da. Kiran, Kiran, sorry to say the bubbles are already fixed for today's lesson, yeah. But don't worry, we have questions with worth 10 bubbles. We have question, I think, if we make it to the challenge question, if I'm not wrong, it is worth 30 bubbles. 30 bubbles, okay? Let's see if we can get there today. But in the meantime, can we just try this question first and start to earn all your bubbles? Okay. What is the duration from 7 a.m. to 10:50 a.m.? So you have more than enough time. So please do your timeline properly. Please do your addition or your subtraction correctly so that you can get the correct answer. Okay, you don't have to rush. You still have about 40 more seconds, more than enough time. For those of you who are experiencing technical difficulties, please refresh the lesson. 30 bubbles for the very, very last challenge question. Not for this question. This one is relatively easy. Okay, so let's see whether we can get the alpha. Please do so. You don't have to ask. For those you need to use the restroom, please do so. Okay, you don't have to ask me in the chat. All right. Have about 10 more seconds. 10 more seconds. Come on, guys. You can do it. 5 more seconds. Those of you who have not keyed in your answer yet, quickly, quickly. And time's up. Majority of you got the correct answer. A lot of you gave me option number 2 and option number 3 as well. Let's take a look together, okay? Please draw your timeline. Please draw your timeline over here, okay? So let's take a look. So again, for the timeline, we are going to do the hours first, and then we're going to do the minutes at the back, okay? So we're going to start from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. Then from 10 a.m., we're going to find how many minutes do I need to reach to 10:50 a.m. So from 7 to 10, so you can count right 7 to 8, 8 to 9, 9 to 10. So 7 to 10 is actually 3 hours. So over here we have 3 hours. And then from 10 a.m. to 10:50 is just 50 minutes, right? You start from the O clock and then you move all the way pointing to the number 10. That would have been 15 minutes. So the total duration from 7 a.m. to 10:50 a.m. is 3 hours and 50 minutes. So the answer should be option number 4. Okay. Some of you gave me option number 2. So please do your subtraction correctly. 7 to 10 a.m. is 3 hours, not 2 hours. Okay, so we are going to split the hours and the minutes so that you can form your duration properly. Okay, so let's try one more. Let's try one more before we go on to the word problem. So this is just a paste of it. Okay, find the duration given the following start and end time from 10:30 a.m. to 2:50 p.m. What is the duration? You have 1.5 minutes. Please draw your timeline. Okay, if you need to draw it from 10:30 to 11 first, then 11 to 2, then 2 to 2:50, you can do so. All right. So options launching in 3, 2, 1. You have 1.5 minutes. You have more than enough time to do so. So please calculate the time properly. Please calculate the time properly. Jayla, like I mentioned, rule number 1, please be patient and understanding. If you have already learned time, you have students here, you have your classmates and friends who have not learned time yet. So I'm going to go through at a slower pace so that everybody can follow, okay? All right, you have 1 minute, you have more than enough time. Megan, you gotta draw the timeline. If you need a little bit of help, let me help you out over here, okay? There are 2 ways you can do it, whichever you're more comfortable. So start with the timeline, always start with the timeline. You can do from 10:30 a.m. You can do to 11 a.m. How many minutes would that be? And then from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. How many hours would that be? And then from 2 p.m. you can do to 2:50. Okay, this is one way you can do it, or another way, which might be a little bit easier. Okay, you can do from 10:30. Because it is at 30, you can do it to 2:30 p.m. Okay, 10:30 to 11:30 is 1 hour, 11:30 to 12:30 is another hour, 12:30 to 1:30, 1:30 to 2:30. Then from 2:30 all the way to 2:50. How long would that be? Okay, how long would that be? Time's up already. Yeah, time's up already. Yes, you can put 2 or you can put 14:00. Okay, but we have not learned 14:00 yet. So we're going to do 2 p.m. So I'm going to do both methods with you guys, and then you see whichever one you're more comfortable with. Okay, if you prefer to go all the way to the o'clock and then you see the timing or how many hours between the 2 timing over here, you can do so. Okay, but sometimes the minutes is going to be a little bit confusing. Let's see why. Okay, let's see why over here. So this one over here from 10:30 to 11 a.m. is actually 30 minutes. Correct? Okay, from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. we know 11 12, 1, 2. It is 3 hours. Okay, and then from 2 p.m. to 2:50 is actually 50 minutes. When you add the timing together, this will give you 3 hours and 80 minutes. And then it looks so weird because we know that 60 minutes equals to 1 hour. We don't really write it as 3 hours and 80 minutes. That means something we have to change something. Yes, Giselle, I say minus 60, minus 1 hour from the 80 minutes over here, minus 1 hour. Okay, so it's actually 4 hours and 20 minutes. So we need to take out, let me write this one here, okay? We need to take out 60 minutes from here. You're left with 20 minutes. So 60 minutes will give you 1 hour. So the 1 hour, you got to plus it to 3 hours over here. So this one is a little bit confusing because then you have to convert your minutes to hours and minutes again. Okay, so we're going to do the second one. Let's take a look at the second one over here. From 10:30 all the way to 2:30 over here, how long would that be? Because it's 30 to 30, like I mentioned just now, we count it as 1 hour, right? 10:30 to 11:30 is 1 hour, 11:30 to 12:30 is another hour, 12:30 to 1:30, 1:30 to 2:30. So altogether we have 4 hours over here. And then from 2:30 to 2:50, this is 30, this is 50. So we take 50 minus 30 is actually 20 minutes. So you will still get 4 hours and 20 minutes. So the answer should be option number 1. All right, option number 1. So you do whichever method that you're more comfortable with. If you're not very comfortable to find the hours in terms of with the minutes in the time, you can always go to the nearest hour first. Okay, then go to the next nearest hour and then find how many more minutes to the end time over here. Okay. All right. Okay, you don't get why the answer is 1. One more time, okay? Now, from 10:30 to 2:30 over here, we're going to split 10:30 to 2:30. We have 11:30, 12:30, 1:30, 2:30. So that's 4 hours. From 10:30 to 2:30, the duration is 4 hours. And then from 2:30, because our end time is 2:50, so from 2:30 all the way to 2:50, it's another 20 more minutes. It's another 20 more minutes, okay? So the total duration will be 4 hours and 20 minutes, okay? All right. Okay, all right. So that's for duration. So I hope all of you are very familiar already. Now we're going to go through the word problems. Okay, word problems. There are 3 kinds that we'll go through today. One is to find the duration. One is to find the end time. And one is to find the start time. Okay, so let's take a look over here. Now, to solve word problems involving time, we will draw a timeline to help us to illustrate the time and the duration. So we have covered that. We have been doing the timeline so far for the past few questions. Okay, so let's take a look at the example question. Raju started his morning exercise at 8:30 in the morning, right? 8 a.m. He finished at 9:30. How much time did he spend on his morning exercise? How do you guys know? Answers are coming in already. How do you guys know? Some of you are giving me 1 hour. Some of you are giving me 1 hour 30 minutes, 1 hour 15 minutes. Excellent job. Okay, so for those of you who give me 1 hour 30 minutes, well done. Okay, so the first thing we need to know is we need to identify what does 9:30 mean. What time would that be? 9:30, 9:30. Thank you very much. So this would be 9:30. Okay, 9:30. Now, so let's draw our timeline over here. He started at 8 a.m. He ended at 9:30 a.m. Okay, so I'm going to split into hours and minutes. So from 8 a.m. to the next hour should be 9 a.m. Then from 9 a.m. to 9:30. Okay, so from 8 to 9, it would be 1 hour. From 9 to 9:30, it would be 30 minutes over here. So how long did he spend exercising? 1 hour and 30 minutes. He spent 1 hour, 30 minutes on his morning exercise. 19 minutes would be acceptable if they did not give you the units. Okay, they did not give you the units. So you must take a look at what the question is asking for. Sometimes they can ask you to leave your answer in minutes. Sometimes they can ask you to leave your answer in hours and minutes. Okay, or usually under the answer over here at the side, right, they will always give you the unit. So you have to give it properly. Okay. All right, so let's take a look at the next question. Let me go through with you first, okay, before I give you your bubble question. Yvonne went to watch a movie. The movie started at 1:45 p.m. and ended at 3:15 p.m. How long was the movie? How long was the movie? So let's do it together, okay? Let's do it together. Draw the timeline over here. The start time is at 1:45. The end time is at 3:15. So how are you guys going to do it? Do you want to do it all the way to 2:45? Or should we do it to the next hour? Should we do it to the next hour? 2:45 to 2:45? Okay, this one is a little bit confusing. So you have to be very clear as to from 45 all the way to 15 is how many minutes itself. Okay, so this one I will do it to the next hour first. From 1:45, how many more minutes to 2 p.m.? And then this one ends at 3:15, right? So the next nearest hour will be at 3 p.m. Okay, then we are going to add it together. So from 1:45 to 2 p.m., can you guys help me? 1:45 to 2 p.m. is how many minutes? How many minutes? 15 minutes. Thank you very much, NC. 15 minutes, Kevin. Thank you very much. Yulia also. Thank you very much. Yes, 15 minutes. Okay. Then from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. would be how long? 1 hour. This one easy, right? All of you should get this one. 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. is 1 hour. 3 p.m. to 3:15 would be how many minutes? 15 minutes. This one is also quite straightforward, right? 3 p.m. to 3:15, it would be 15 minutes. So the total duration would be 1 hour plus 15 minutes plus 15 minutes. Okay, so 15 minutes plus 15 minutes, that will give us 30 minutes. Excellent job. Well done, guys. Okay, so the total duration, it would be 1 hour and 30 minutes as well. Okay, so this is what I mean by drawing the timeline. So if you're not very clear as to how we want to go about doing it, you can always go to the next nearest hour first, find how many minutes would that take, and then go on to the next nearest hours towards the end time. End time is 3 something, so let's end at 3 p.m. here. Then from 3 p.m. to the end time, which is 3:15, how many minutes would that be? Okay. All right, so now you ready for your bubble question? Let's take a look over here, okay? Ariel studied from 7:30 p.m. to 8:20 p.m. How long did she study? How long did she study? Okay, you have 1 minute to answer the question. Are you guys ready? Can I launch the option? Okay, I give about 10 more seconds. Anybody needs a little bit of help? Anybody needs a little bit of help? No? Yes? Some of you say yes? Okay, I'm going to launch and then those of you in detail, I'll help you in a while, okay? All right, so options launching in 3, 2, 1. All right, so this one is a little bit confusing. 7:30 to 8:30 is 1 hour. So is this at least 1 hour or is this less than 1 hour? So what you can do is, this is 7:30 p.m. You want to end at 8:20 p.m. We are going to find the middle one here first, okay? So please find for me from 7:30 to 8 p.m. is how many minutes, and then from 8 p.m. to 8:20 is how many minutes, and then you can add the two timings together, okay? Because this one is actually quite easy, so it's only 5 bubbles. Refresh the page, Abella, refresh the page. And time's up. A lot of you gave me option number 3. Because you see this, right? Because you see 7 to 8 means must be 1 hour. Difference between 30 and 20 is 10. Ayo. Not like that, okay? Not like that. Yeah, all right. So in this case over here, do it slowly. Do it slowly. Draw out the timeline, all right? Draw out the timeline. So from 7:30 to 8 p.m., can anybody help me out over here? 7:30 to 8 p.m. is how many minutes? 7:30 to 8 p.m. 30 minutes. Thank you very much, Julia. Thank you, Sophie and Lord Florence as well. 30 minutes, okay? And then from 8 p.m. to 8:20. 8 p.m. to 8:20 would be 20 minutes. This one all of you know, 20 minutes. So the total duration is only 30 minutes plus 20 minutes, right? 30 minutes plus 20 minutes. So what's the total duration? It will be 50, yes, okay, it will be 50 minutes. It's not 1 hour and 10 minutes. Okay, I see a lot of you give me option number 3. So please draw your timeline and work up the duration properly. All right, so no worries. Let's try again. Let's try another question. This one's going to worth 15 bubbles because you have to read the question carefully. Shirley was at the bus stop at 5:15 p.m. She waited 20 minutes for her bus to arrive and reached the bus stop near her house at 6:45 p.m. How long was her bus journey? Question is asking for the duration of her bus journey. So think about it. That's the waiting time. Must the waiting time be included in the bus journey? Bus journey just means how long you actually sit in the bus. Okay? All right? 2 minutes. Ready? Options launching in 3, 2, 1. 2 minutes. Okay, let me cancel this one first. I want you to find the duration of her bus journey only. Only her bus journey, okay, guys? You need help? Okay. For those of you who need help, let's draw the timeline together. She was at her bus stop at 5:15 p.m. Okay. She waited 20 minutes. So 20 minutes later is what time? Okay. And in the end, she will reach the bus stop near her house at 6:45 p.m. Okay, so the first thing that you need to do is she waited for 20 minutes. This is the waiting time. So you should not include 20 minutes in the bus journey. Question is only asking for the bus journey means I want to know the duration from here to here only. Okay, only. So your turn. Your turn to answer the question. I've already helped you. So tell me, what is this time? What is this time here first? Then what is the duration between this time all the way to 6:45? 6:45. You still have about 30 more seconds. So for those of you who have not keyed your answer, please kindly do so. Please kindly do so. Have about 15 more seconds. Zishuan, do you need help? Have you keyed your answer already? Nah, Ania. Okay, excellent job. Well done to those of you who got the question correct. Excellent job. So let's do it together, okay? Now, you see that she waited for 20 minutes. Okay, she waited for 20 minutes. So you should not include this 20 minutes. Okay, guys? Should not include this 20 minutes. All right. So after waiting for 20 minutes, what time did the bus arrive? Can you guys help me? From 5:15, 20 minutes later, what time would that be? What time would that be? 5:35. Thank you very much, Wency. Thank you, Talia and Jasper. And so it will be 5:35. 5:35 p.m. over here. So we want to find the duration from 5:35 all the way to 6:45. Okay, to 6:45. So what I can do is I know that I can actually end somewhere over here. 5:35 to 6:35. Yeah, from 6:35 to 6:45. Okay. So if you give me the answer already. 5:35 to 6:35 over here would be 1 hour. Correct? 5:35 to 6:35 would be 1 hour. How about from 6:35 to 6:45? 10 minutes. Excellent job. So the duration of her bus ride or her bus journey is just from here to here, which is 1 hour and 10 minutes. Okay, so the answer would be option number 1. All right, someone can give me option number 4. Someone can give me option number 2. For those of you who give me option number 2, I think there's some calculation error. So please take your time to do it properly, okay? Take your time to do it properly. So everybody can follow and can understand already. Okay? All right, so let's go on to the next one over here. Now, so far the past few questions, we've been finding the duration. So now we want to find the end time. So you're given the start time, you're given the duration. Can you find what is the end time? So let's do a simple question first. Amanda left her house at 7:20 a.m. She took half an hour to walk to the supermarket. What time did she reach the supermarket? What time did she reach the supermarket? So the first thing I need you to help me to identify is, what does half an hour mean? How many minutes would that be? What is half an hour? 30 minutes. Thank you very much. Okay, Sarah, Wincy, Kevin, Talia. I see the chat coming in already. Too fast for me to read all your names. Well, then thank you for those of you who key in. Right, 30 minutes over here. Okay, so we are going to start. She left her house at 7:20 a.m. Okay, and then she's going to take 30 minutes. 30 minutes. So we are going to plus 30 minutes later. So what is 7:20 plus 30 minutes? 7:50. Excellent job, 7:50. So she actually reached the supermarket at 7:50 a.m. Okay, easy? Easy? All right, now your turn, okay? Your turn to earn some bubbles. Clarice. Clarice left her house at 6:45 o'clock in the morning. Given that she takes 35 minutes to travel to school, what time will she arrive at her school? You have 1 minute and 30 seconds to complete this question. Okay, 1 minute and 30 seconds to complete this question. So first thing, let me help you first. Tell me, 6:45 o'clock is what time? 6:45 o'clock. 6:45 o'clock. 6:45. Excellent job. 6:45 in the morning. In the morning, it should be a.m. Thank you very much, Belle. So this is 6:45 a.m. Okay, so let me help you a little bit. So you're going to start with 6:45 a.m. Okay, then after that, you're going to plus 35 minutes later. What time will she arrive in school? Options launching in 3, 2, 1. Ta-dum. Okay, 35 minutes later, what time would that be? Well done to those of you who got the correct answer. For those of you who need a little bit of time, anybody still needs a little bit of help? Anybody still needs a little bit of help? Okay, for those of you who need a little bit of help, okay, if you notice when we take 45 plus 35, it's going to be more than 60. So what we are going to do is we're going to find the nearest hour first, which is 7 a.m. Okay, so from here to here is how many minutes? Then how many more minutes does she need to reach the end? Okay, but altogether, it should be 35 minutes. Okay, So from 6:45 to 7 a.m., how many minutes would that be? And then how many more minutes do I need to travel? And then what time will you reach school? 20 more minutes. Thank you very much, Ansi. That is correct. This one is worth 10 bubbles. Time is up. So let's take a look over here. Majority of you got the correct answer. A lot of you gave me option number 2. That's pretty close. Okay. For those of you who gave me option number 2, I think there's some calculation error somewhere. So let's do it together. Okay. So from 6:45 to 6:45 to 7 a.m. 7 a.m. We all know that is 15 minutes. Correct? 15 minutes over here. Okay, so now we are going to split this one. I need a total of 35 minutes to travel. From 6:45 to 7 a.m., I've already traveled 15 minutes. So we are going to split this into 15 minutes. And then how many more minutes do I have remaining? How many more? 20 more minutes. Thank you very much, Wensi and Sophie. 20 more minutes. That means from 7 o'clock, once the time hits 7 o'clock, I still need to travel another 20 more minutes. Okay, so from 7 a.m., 20 minutes later, that would be 7:20, right? That would be 7:20. Okay, so the answer would be option number 3. Thank you very much, Ansi. Yes, thank you, Belle. It's 7:20 a.m. Okay, so for this one, the one that's a little bit more confusing because we have to split the time when we want to find to the nearest hour. Okay, so from 6:45, we need 15 minutes to reach the next hour. And then from there, we need to travel another 20 more minutes because the total duration should add up to 35 minutes. Okay, so she will arrive at her school at 7:20 a.m. All right, Elena, it's not the last question yet. We still have a few more questions to go. Okay, so let's take a look at the next question over here. So you guys give it a try. Robbie started doing his homework at 3:15 p.m. He took 30 minutes to complete his English homework and another 1 hour and 10 minutes to complete his mathematics homework. What time did he finish all his homework? What time did he finish all his homework? Okay, so you have 1 minute, 30 seconds. Ready? Options launching in 3, 2, 1. You heard this question before, you should be able to get the answer correct. Started at 3:15, took 30 minutes to do the English, took 1 hour, 10 minutes to complete his mathematics homework. What time did he finish all his homework? Key in the answer. Well done, Alpha. Tidhang, you got the correct answer? Bella, go ahead, refresh. Well done, Bella. Well done, Belle. Excellent job for those of you who got it correct. Excellent job. Well done, Zitong. Well done, Nikela. Belle, it's a private chat to me, yes. To me and the moderator. Trend, that is correct. Well done. Okay, you have about 20 more seconds. 20 more seconds. Okay, guys? Oh, since we're doing time, let's send this to you guys. 15 more seconds. You have not keyed your answer. Please kindly do so. 15 more seconds. Not yet, Talia. I'll let you know. You'll see at the header. Instead of try yourself, you see challenge 1. That would be a challenge question. Okay. All right. Majority of you got the correct answer. A lot of you gave me option number 3 as well. So let's take a look together. Okay. So Ravi started doing his homework at 3:15 p.m. Okay. So over here is 3:15 p.m. what time did he end? He took 30 minutes to complete his homework. Okay, I got a question. Do you guys do 30 minutes first, or do you guys add the duration together and then you find ultimately? So it's 1 hour and 40 minutes later. Do you guys do that? At all? Some of you at all? Do 30 minutes first. Okay, both is also acceptable so long as you can get the final answer. Okay, whichever you're more comfortable with. But let's do the 30 minutes first. Okay, let's do the 30 minutes first. So can you tell me from 3:15, 30 minutes later, what time would that be? 3:15, 30 minutes later, what time would that be? 3:45. Yes, we have 3:45. Okay, 3:45 p.m. And then it's going to take another 1 hour and 10 minutes. So let's do this. We're going to find what's 1 hour later. 1 hour later. 3:45, 1 hour later, what time would that be? 4:45. Excellent job, 4:45. But that's not the final answer because still has another 10 more minutes to complete, right? 10 more minutes. So he needed another 10 more minutes over here. So what is 10 minutes after 4:45? Thank you, Gerard. Thank you, Katrina, Talia. Yes, it is 4:55 p.m. Ta-da! And your answer would be option number 4. Okay, if not, you can also add it together. You have 1 hour and 40 minutes. So from 3:15, 1 hour later would be 4:15. 4:15, 40 minutes later would be 4:55 p.m. You will still get the same final answer. So both methods would be correct. Okay, you get the same answer. All right, so now let's take a look at the last type of word problem. Okay, so far we have covered word problem finding the duration, and then for this one we have word problem finding the end time. Now the last type that we are going to go through is word problem finding the start time. So we have to work backwards. Okay, so let's take a look at question number 3. We are reaching our challenge question soon. Okay, Amy's ballet lesson lasted for 1 hour. Okay, she ended her lesson at 4 p.m. What time did her ballet lesson start? This is easy. This is easy, right? Yeah, so for this one, the timeline is a little bit different. We are going to start at the end, okay? Yes, all of you are giving me the answer already. So it ended at 4 p.m. We want to find this one. So we need to go back. We need to go back 1 hour. So 4 p.m. minus 1 hour, it would be 3 p.m. Excellent job. 3 p.m. So this one everybody can follow. You just need to subtract 1 hour. Excellent job. Okay, so now you try this one by yourself. Okay, you try. Giselle took 35 minutes to complete her mathematics homework. Given that she finished her homework at 8:30 p.m., what time did she start doing her homework? She ended at 8:30. What time did she start? Okay, 1 minute, 30 seconds. Options counting in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. What time did she start? Count backwards properly. 35 minutes. Okay. Well done, Chitong. Well done to those of you who got it correct. Well done, Gerard. Wallers, we'll see whether we have time to reach the 30 bubble question, okay? You have about 40 more seconds. 40 more seconds. Should be quite easy. Belle don't have 50 bubbles. $20 more seconds. 20 more seconds. Okay. So in the meantime, I'll just draw out the timeline over here. Maybe I draw it to be a bit longer. 5 more seconds. Ta-da. She ended at 8:30. And time's up. So let's take a look. Majority of you got the correct answer. A lot of you give me option number 1 though. Oh. Is it AM or PM? Whoops. All right, so let's take a look over here. She took 35 minutes to complete her homework, okay? But 30 minutes before 8 o'clock, 8:30 is only 8 p.m. Okay, so I'm going to split it into 2 parts over here. Okay, from 8 to 8:30 is only 30 minutes. Okay, so if I were to work backwards, this is 30 minutes, but I need 35 minutes, correct? I need 35 minutes over here, means I need to work backwards another 5 more minutes. So what is 5 minutes before 8 p.m.? What is 5 minutes before 8 p.m.? What is this? 7:55. Thank you very much, Gerard. 7:55. Thank you, Katrina. Yes, 7:55. A lot of you got 7:55. And then we look at the option. There's AM and PM. So which one should it be? 5 minutes before 8 p.m. It should be 7:55 p.m. Yes. Okay, so the answer should be option number 2. For those of you give me option number 1, gonna read the options carefully, okay? Please read the options carefully. Yeah. Okay, we have one more question before we reach the challenge question. Are you guys ready? But the next question is worth 15 bubbles. So let's take a look, okay? Next question is worth 15 bubbles. A group of soldiers spent 6 hours and 25 minutes marching from point A to point B. Given that they reached point B at 7:10 p.m., what time did they leave point A? Dun, dun, dun. 2 minutes. Options launching in 3, 2, 1. Da-dum. Do you need help? Anybody needs help? Yes. Okay. Those of you who need help. Okay, those of you who need help, let me help you out just a little bit. Okay, just a little bit. They are going to reach point B at 7:10 a.m. 7:10 p.m. They took a total of 6 hours and 25 minutes. Okay, so what you can do, you can find here first. Okay, and then the hours and then the minutes. Okay, so you're going to split it something like that. You're going to split it into something like that. So 6 hours and 25 minutes, that's the total duration. But we know from 7 to 7:10 is 10 minutes over here. Okay, so we're going to split this one out into 10 minutes and 15 minutes. Okay, meaning to say 10 minutes we have already used up over here. This long part would be a 6 hours, okay? And then this shorter one would be the remaining 15 minutes. So this is how we are going to work backwards, okay? This is how we are going to work backwards. So tell me what's 6 hours ago, and then tell me what's 15 minutes ago, okay? So this is the one that you want to find. Okay, 20 more seconds, quickly, quickly, quickly. Ooh. 3 more seconds. There's a problem. What's the problem? I see a lot of you give me option number 1. Let's take a look, okay? Let's take a look together, okay? Now, from here to here, everybody can agree, right? 10 minutes ago, it is 7 p.m. All right, 7 p.m. Then now we're going to find 6 hours ago. So 7 p.m. minus 6 hours, what time would this be? What time would this be? Help me, help me. What time would this be? 1 hour, 1:10, 1 p.m., 1 p.m., okay? Because we already minus away the 10 minutes over here. So this one would be 1 p.m. Okay, this one would be 1 p.m. over here. And then, because we've already used up 6 hours, we've already used up 10 minutes, we still have 15 minutes. So I want to know what is 15 minutes before 1 p.m. 15 minutes before 1 p.m. What would that be? It would be 12:45 p.m. Okay? p.m., not a.m. Okay? When it is past the 12, then it becomes 11 a.m. So now it's still in the afternoon. It's still after 12. So from 12:45 p.m., 15 minutes later, it would be 1 p.m. So the answer would be option number 2, not option number 1. So I noticed that a lot of people get confused whether it's a.m. or p.m. When do you change? Only at 12 noon. Before 12 noon is a.m. After 12 noon, it remains to be p.m. because it's in the afternoon. Okay? All right, we have 4 more minutes. Are you guys ready for your challenge question? Challenge question. You're getting 30 bubbles. Ready? Let's go. Roger's timetable for today's activities is as follows. If he starts work at 8:15 a.m., what time will he reach home? He will start at 8:15 a.m. He has to go to work. He will play badminton. He will have dinner. And then he will drive all the way home. So what time will he reach home? 3 minutes to answer the question. Options landing in 3, 2, 1. Ta-da. Oh, people already answered in the group. Already give me the answer. Excellent job. Yeah, more than enough time, okay? Please draw your timeline. What you can do is you can add the duration together first. You can add the duration together first, and then after you can draw your timeline. This is the last question. This question is worth 30 bubbles. Okay? This question is worth 30 bubbles. So what you need to do, for those of you who need help, what you need to do, can you please add the duration first? Okay? Take 8 hours, 30 minutes plus 2 hours, 15 minutes plus 15 minutes plus 20 minutes. Add the hours together, add the minutes. Then from the minutes, you got to convert to hours and minutes. Okay? And then from there, you can draw your timeline. I'm going to draw a super long one. Okay? It's going to start at 8:15. Then how many hours? How many hours? How many minutes? How many minutes? Okay, I have 1 minute and 30 more seconds. Good job to those of you who got it correct. Well done. Well done to those of you who got it correct. Let's celebrate. If you did well, if you did it correct, let's see. Here. Ta-da. It's okay, so long as you know where you went wrong. We're going to go through the answer in a while. Okay? So please give me an extra 1 or 2 more minutes, 1 or 2 more minutes to go through the answer with you. We're going to add the hours and the minutes first, okay? Okay, we're going to add them. 20 more seconds. Well done to those of you who got it correct. Excellent job. Well done. 10 more seconds for those of you not getting the answer yet. Quickly, quickly. And time's up. Some of you did not manage to answer the question. A lot of you give me option number 4. Let's do it together, okay? So over here we have 10 hours. We know 8 plus 2 is equals to 10 hours. Let's add the minutes together. We'll have 5. Okay, so 3 plus 1 is 4. 4 plus 5 is 9. 9 plus 2 is equals to 11, right? You have 11. Mm. Okay, so from here, we're going to take out 60 minutes. We're going to take out 60 minutes from here. You're left with 55 minutes. So the total duration, okay, the total duration, ultimately, it will be 11 hours and 55 minutes. So we need to find 11 hours and 55 minutes later from 8:15, okay? So what we are going to do is we're going to go on to 12:15 p.m. So this is when, after 12 o'clock, this is when you change to PM already. This is when you're going to change to PM. So from 8 to 12, 8:15 to 12:15 is 4 hours, okay? We have 11 hours, means we need to move another 7 more hours over here. So 4 plus 7 is equals to 11, okay? So 7 hours later, can you tell me what time? From 12:15, 7 hours later, what time would that be? 12:15, 7 hours later, what time would that be? It would be, come on guys. 7, thank you very much, Braden. Not 7 p.m., but 7:15. Thank you, Katrina. We have 7:15 p.m. Okay, then after that, we need to add the minutes. So to the next hour, which is 8 p.m. over here, to the next hour, which is 8 p.m., 15 to 8 p.m., we need to plus another 45 minutes. Okay, but altogether, we have 55 minutes. So we need to plus another 10 more minutes over here. Okay, so from 8 o'clock, 10 minutes later, that will give you 8:10 p.m. So the answer would be option number 3. Okay, so this question may seem to be very difficult, but if you're able to find the total duration and you do it step by step, you will be able to derive the answer itself. Okay, so that's all for today. If you have any other questions, you can stay back and ask. If not, then I will see you guys next week. Okay, so before you guys go, once again, Happy Independence Day to all our Indonesian friends. Bye-bye.